and how they affect youth opportunities. I'd like to introduce Jada.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jada Malott, and before I begin, I just want to say that all the previous speakers and the one to come, you guys are all amazing. Can we just give them another round of applause, please? As a young activist, these three people are the ones that I follow the most, and I'm talking about Chris, Hassan, and Jerry. They all have their finger on the pulse of the issues that affect Canadians today, and I want to thank them for all they do. For me, my family, and the rest of the workers of Canada. I am here today to be a voice for my peers, that although we are not old enough to vote, that does not mean that we are not affected by bad decisions made by politicians. These decisions affect my family, my friends, and my community. I traveled here with my dad today to say these 4 things. Communities need good jobs. Workers deserve good pay and dignity. The youth need a future in their locality. And lastly, NAFTA sucks. Now, I think it's time for a little truth, because after everything I've seen, everything I've read, NAFTA does not stand for North American Free Trade Agreement anymore to me. So I think it's time to call it what it is. To me, NAFTA stands for the next generation's access to full-time jobs, axed. Simply stated. We can clearly say that NAFTA has never built a community, but it has certainly pulverized more than a few in Canada. With precarious work on the rise and full-time jobs on the fly, when I graduate school, I'll probably have to leave my city to find work. Unless I want to work multiple low-wage jobs to pay off any student debt I've incurred and let alone start a family. When I read articles and I attend town halls about why this is allowed to happen, and I hear people ask questions, I hear responses like globalization, free markets, and global economy. And a lot of us don't even know what those words mean. But I see people nod their heads in agreement. Why? I think it's because the ones who are towing the political lines can't be honest and say that NAFTA is not a friend of manufacturing. Fool us once, shame on you. Fool us twice, shame on us. Because NAFTA didn't deliver what it said it would. The only people who've made out are corporations and lawyers. But there is hope. As we know, NAFTA is currently being renegotiated. Now we have an opportunity to get it right the second time. And I'm glad to see Tracy here. I know she's been working very hard on behalf of all Canadians to bring our issues to the forefront and making sure no Canadian is left behind. Now, trying to come up with something to close my speech has been a challenge. My family has never been on strike, and I can't begin to comprehend all of the sacrifices you must be making right now, as I'm sure they are all hard choices. I just didn't want to look up some motivational quote on Pinterest because that would be hokey. I wanted to speak from my heart. So from me to you, I don't really think the next generation appreciates what you are doing here. I understand that these jobs are critical in Ingersoll, and at the end of the day, when you win here, we will all be able to show the workers in Canada that we don't have to submit to corporate demands that use a very poorly negotiated trade deal to manipulate us. Our provincial and federal leadership has let automotive manufacturing slip away too easily. We need a country where Canadians set the standard for living, not corporations and political puppets. Sometimes we're not looking for a fight. It's the fight that finds us. And Dad, I got emotional yesterday practicing this. So I see you all here fighting today. And as the next generation worker, you are all my heroes. Thank you.